Hi, Gaye DeRusso with the Majestic Rider. So today I'd like to talk to you about horses' personalities. Horses have personalities just like people have personalities. So some are funny and very silly, some are very serious, some are smart, some are not so smart, some are so smart, some are lazy, some are goey, some are dominant, some are submissive, some are right in the middle. So when you're looking for a horse, you're trying to match your personality some. And you should ask whoever you're buying the horse from about that horse's personality to see if it's a match, because it could be the most beautiful, well-gaited horse. Beautiful, well-gaited horse, but if it's very dominant or it's very bratty and you're a submissive person, it's not going to end up being a good match. If the horse is submissive, that's different. Because with a submissive horse, it's not that hard to get along. You calmly ask them to do things and they can usually do it pretty well. And they shouldn't have a real dominant or aggressive person because they'll usually scare the submissive horse. If you have a dominant horse and the owner is not dominant enough, the horse will try to take over. And then they will try to push you around and try to take control of the situations. Like they decide they don't want to leave the barn, so they try to scare you because they're on the dominant side and they kick out or something. You're like, I'm not riding him, I'm pretty scared. You put him back in the stall, he won, he becomes more dominant. You try to take him to the arena, he decides, I don't want to do arena work either. When I went up there and kicked out, she didn't make me leave, so I'm going to go to the arena and do the same thing. Kicks out, you put him back in the stall, he wins again, he becomes more dominant. So when you're looking for horses, think of that as well. Not only look at what the horse looks like, because that's what most people see. I look at its temperament, I look at its gait, I look at if it's a willing partner, or is it bratty, is it dominant, is it submissive. And then when I'm trying to match the horse with the person, I tell them about the horse. Like, if you're a submissive person, this is a great horse, but it's not going to work out well because he's going to take over. If otherwise the horse is very submissive, I always ask the person, if you're aggressive or you do things that are a little hard or you're aggressive with your hands or your leg, you're going to scare the heck out of this nice horse and it's not going to work out well. If I have somebody who doesn't pay any attention, they pick up a stick, they whack the horse in the head by accident, they get the rope like tangled around the horse's legs, they tie it up really loose and the horse gets all tangled up, well, they can't have a very go-y or forward horse. They need something dull, lazy, that's not going to run away or do anything when it gets that rope wrapped around itself because the owner doesn't, do things correctly. So it's very important to try to avoid accidents and have a good relationship with your horse, that you try to match that personality. And that's what I try to do when I'm selling the horses, is try to be like a matchmaker. I can always tell you about the horse. What happens some of the times we have problems is the buyer doesn't tell me enough about themselves. They don't tell me when they're scared, and they should. They think it's a nice horse and they think since I'm selling it they should buy it. No, it needs to be a match, and if you're scared or you don't have a lot of confidence, you don't buy the horse. You got to really pay attention to what it's doing. If you go out and you take that horse out and it starts bucking and leaping and doing all this crazy stuff, should you buy the horse? No, I can tell you I probably wouldn't buy that horse. So you want to make sure that it's a right fit. And
Where are you, Madison?
I'm right here.
You're way back there.
It's fun being in the back.
It's fun being in the back? You can tell Gaye thank you.
Thank you.
say I put a person on the horse and the horse is like overly spooky, something is going on. There's fear in that person that they're not even able to realize themselves, because the horses are energy readers. So they kind of read if you're dominant, if you're submissive, if you're scared, if you're nonchalant, if you're a relaxed rider. They can read that right away, and that's what they react to. So again, if you get on a horse and it's not going well, it's probably, your personalities don't match, and that's just it. But that's the hard part when you're buying horses online. You can't tell that from just seeing a video where the horse looks like it's calm, it's fantastic. So ask the owners, ask a lot of questions, make sure it's a good fit before you buy those horses.